Hello and welcome back to the pool. I'm the Gap Major and this is WoWs Weekly. WoWs Weekly is the weekly news video covering news of World of Warships Legends in the week past, week current and potentially week future, along with Rumour Engine and also doing some work in regards to the channel admin, I guess you could say. First of all, this week we are in Season 16 of Ranked, which is running until August the 23rd at 7 AM UTC. Now this is the full week of ranked, and it is very time consuming and I'm putting a lot of time into it, hence why yesterday's video was actually a game of playing ranked. Fingers crossed I don't have to stream it on Friday, but if it comes to that, push comes to shove, I might have to. We'll have to just wait and see. Yeah, trying to get through it. My thoughts and opinions in regards to ranked and with the implementation of the arms race mechanic. Really don't like the arms race mechanic in there, but really it's not the arms race mechanic, it's the HP regen buff. If the rest of the items in regards to the arms race mechanic, they're interesting, but they don't have a massive game-breaking change in the game. They're negligible impact really sometimes, and therefore it's just a nice little thing happening while you're playing ranked. But having the HP regen, that's kind of game breaking, it is kind of game changing, and although that is maybe mean that some people are going to have to play slightly more cleverly, I guess you could say, the ability to simply grab a couple of these and it repairs everything including citadel damage is a little bit silly sometimes, and being that if you get enough of them you can actually out repair a fire or out repair incoming damage to your ship. I mean, I think one of the previous seasons I managed to do 220k in a Fiji simply because the enemy just kept healing up and I just couldn't put them down on my own at least. So it's interesting. I would like to see it really works though if it does get used in future. This week is seeing a revisit of the New Year / Lunar New Year event, I guess you could say, like the stuff that came with that event. So that's why we're seeing some Santa crates and some of the Lunar New Year crates and cameras and stuff available in the store. Next week, running from the 23rd to the 30th, will be a return of the Stellar Clash stuff. So that's obviously going to be the Stellar Clash containers. You know where to go find those drop rates. Actually, I think, do I have it open? I do have it actually open, so I can just quickly create what was in the Stellar crate. Space camos, promotion orders. The commanders are in there, but it doesn't look like it's going to re-roll the commanders, so potentially you could get duplicate commanders out of them. Those commanders are Shelley Beeple for the United States cruisers, John Luke Pickup for the German battleships, and Space Fishy for the Japanese destroyers. There's also camouflages for the La Gazinière and the Pensacola, the Algeria, the New Orleans, the Charles Matthau, the Baltimore, the Gearin, the Shimakaze, and the Grosser Curfus. There's also a single insignia and a single cot accommodation in there. The chances are, basically, from your chances, you're most likely going to get 6 or 12 promotion orders or 12 space camouflages. Really, if you want the commanders, you're probably just better off buying them straight off. With the kind of like container lottery, I mean, there's a 5% chance for each of the commanders, but being that you might get duplicates, it doesn't really seem like it's worthwhile. So if you feel like you need these commanders in your roster, it's probably better off to buy them up front. In regards to World of Warships Legends' second birthday, there is now a second birthday bundle available in the PlayStation platform store. This will be available for free if you have PlayStation Plus. It contains 2 days premium and 10 of the following types of camouflages: Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 and Hunter camouflage, along with 37,000 Commander XP. Now this bundle will also become available for Xbox players shortly, however this will be announced via a separate social media announcement from World of Warships Legends, so do keep an eye on those social media outlets. In regards to the treasure hunt, which is going on at the moment, personally, I have no interest in it. So when I did cover it in last week's WoWs Weekly, I didn't really do too much investigation to it. I just covered the upfront news regarding it. However, with a week gone past, I've done a bit more investigation into it. And all in all, the Super 5 crate is not worth it. I would highly advise people not to invest any of their own money into this event. The reason being is that, first of all, here's the nice thing. You can earn up to 56 keys for free from playing the game. You know, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Getting something for nothing, I completely agree with that. You can then purchase a further 56 keys with 28 million credits. Credits you earn for free, so fair enough. If you want to spend some of your hard-earned credits from playing the game, and if you've got them splashing around and overflowing, then yeah, that's fair enough. And what I would say, if you were going to do that, I wouldn't buy the 56. I'd probably just buy enough to make sure that you can block out a full 50 segment, and then that way you can guarantee what rewards you're going to be getting back from this like bingo card lottery. Otherwise, I'd probably be cautious about doing it, because you're spending your hard-earned in-game credits for potentially rewards that may not be completely worthwhile, as it is randomized, although you do have a list of what is available there. So if you do all the free stuff, this will leave you 38 keys short. This will require you to spend 9,500 doubloons in order to get those 38 keys, in order to complete the segment and get the Super 5 crate. Now the Super 5 crate will contain a tier 5 ship, which is worth 10,000 doubloons. So you are getting a 500 doubloon discount for a ship that you're not able to pick, unless you've already got all the other tier 5 ships apart from the Shinomi, and therefore you will be getting the Shinomi. However, the downside is all those other tier 5 ships are available for 8,000 doubloons at the moment. So therefore, potentially, if you don't have them all and you decide to push through for this container, you could be spending in excess of 1,500 doubloons, 1,500 doubloons or more, than the current on sale cost of a tier 5 ship. So is that really worthwhile? No, it's not. And in regards to the Shinomi, is she worthwhile? Well, CCs have not been given the Shinomi in order to test her, so we haven't really been able to play her ourselves, so we can't really pass on much information. However, from trolling through the internet, I managed to find a German video in regards to someone who actually did have the Shinomi and was doing a like-for-like comparison of the Shinomi to the Fubuki. So what's the differences? Well, the Shinomi has worse artillery, worse torpedoes in general, lower damage, faster speed, shorter range. She has worse AA, in fact probably negligible AA. She has the same maneuverability, and she has an ever so slightly better concealment. By that I mean it's negligible difference. You're talking 200 meters, maybe less. She has the same survivability as well, is worth mentioning, because she is a sister ship. So in regards to the Shinomi, not worthwhile in my opinion. In regards to the Super 5 crate, not worthwhile. In regards to the treasure hunt available, get your free keys, maybe spend your hard-earned credits in game. I mean, that's not really going to cost you any money, but that's your decision at the end of the day. But do not invest any doubloons into this event. It is not worthwhile. Talking about things like this, obviously the treasure hunt event is maybe a little bit potentially scummy, you might say. However, things are appearing to be worse over in World of Warships PC. It's worth mentioning that currently in World of Warships PC, there has been a CC walkout. 24 of their CCs, including some of the big names like Mighty Jingles, have quit the CC program. The reason being, it's a long list of reasons, and I feel that they're completely justified in doing so. Most of it comes down to the treatment of Little White Mouse, following the Yukon incident, I guess you could say. But furthermore, the aggressive monetization of World of Warships PC in regards to the Missouri. Furthermore, with the way that over on PC, they've had a slightly botched CV rework happen about a year and a half ago. This has then been followed by an incredibly botched Commander rework, which happened a couple of months ago. It looks like the introduction of submarines in World of Warships PC is going to be heavily botched as well and forced upon the players against their will. Furthermore, the way the CC program was running over on PC sounds like it's drastically different to the way it is on World of Warships Legends, I can thankfully say. But it seemed like over on PC there was a huge breakdown in communication between the development team and the CCs themselves. Furthermore, I guess over on the PC they've had the bit of an issue in regards to the Puerto Rico, that first introduction over there. So they've had mess up, false apologies and things like that, and even judging by the Wargaming's response slash failed apology, I guess you could say, in regards to the World of Warships CC walkout. Wargaming's not exactly coming up in roses, I guess you could say. In regards to my position as a CC of World of Warships Legends, there's not a lot of cross-pollination between the World of Warships PC community contributors and the World of Warships Legends community contributors. Some of the issues raised by the PC CCs we do have, I guess you could say, but also some of them we don't have as well. I feel that as a very small CC on World of Warships Legends, me walking away would not really be... wouldn't really make much of a statement because it kind of feels like it's in a different pond, I guess you could say. Furthermore, I am a very small CC. I am a non-monetized channel, and being a CC does have quite a lot of benefits for the channel. And I think basically the benefits of being a CC and the message that would be made by me walking away don't quite balance the seesaw, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, I would encourage people not to be aggressive or demeaning to CCs or wargaming and ex-CCs and non-CCs in regards to this current debacle. I think some people want to get involved in the politics, but at the end of the day, it's down to the CCs how they want to balance this politics. And also, if people are angry at what's happening, I wouldn't aim or level your guns at the community managers either. At the end of the day, yes, they are the face of wargaming, but they're not the ones pulling the levers in the background. And I think leveling your guns at them is definitely not a valid reason to do, really. So it's happening. I am watching the situation, but at the moment, there's no incentive for me to take action as yet, I guess you could say. Now, I'm going to introduce a little bit of a new segment in regards to WoWs Weekly, I guess you could say. Usually I just call it like what rumours and speculations and stuff. I'm going to start calling it Room 40 after the naval intelligence of the Royal Navy in World War One. Now, obviously, we are in week 4 of the patch. Potentially today or tomorrow, we might see a potential hint at what might be coming in the next patch. In regards to what might be coming in the next patch, I'm not quite sure whether they decide to do a VJ Day thing. Sounds like they're doing something like that over on PC, so whether that might cross-pollinate over here, I can't really say. Or not I know anything, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just me guessing, really. I wouldn't expect a new tech tree or anything like that. Whether we could maybe see a revisit of ranked, maybe without arms race, potentially with carriers, you never know. But at the moment, for the rest of the year, there isn't really much predictability on what won't get released. I guess we can say we're still crossing our fingers in regards to a pan-European destroyer tech tree. Still crossing our fingers in regards to British carriers, and still crossing our fingers in regards to potentially an Italian premium cruiser, which will be testing semi-armor piercing shells. But those are just a couple of things that we might be able to expect, I guess you could say. In regards to intelligence collected by Room 40, there is a rumour covering the potential release of legendary ships outside of the Bureau. The word is that these will be available for 2 million global XP, and potentially we might be seeing the Stalingrad. I think that's a Russian supercruiser, or potentially battlecruiser, you might say. Also, there's a little bit of intelligence potentially from Room 40 in regards to British carriers. Now, obviously, I think one thing we can probably expect in regards to British carriers is the high explosive carpet bombing mechanic that they have over on PC. I think that almost is a given. The reason being is that is what makes British carriers special over on PC. So that always makes me wonder, why was it so difficult for them to go British carriers? We'll give them carpet bombing HE bombs. That'll make them different. Why did that take so long to think of? So there's got to be something else kicking around in the background, and this is where it seems quite interesting. The rumour is that potentially British CVs might not have torpedo aircraft. Potentially, we could see an introduction of armour-piercing rockets with the machine gun mechanic on World of Warships Legends with the British carriers, which I'm intrigued. I mean, I did have a hunch that, judging by the recent development stream, it seems like the position on rockets had slightly laxed a little bit. There was no intention in regards to HE rockets, but AP rockets they weren't so clear cut on, I guess you could say. So potentially, maybe this could be something coming. If not, I'd say definitely HE carpet bombs and torpedoes would be a sensible option. Whether it's HE carpet bombs and AP rockets, that does seem a bit odd. That would make British CVs an incredibly anti-battleship class with the ability to score citadels and set fires. Well, that's all the intelligence from Room 14, so I'll let them go. In regard to the channel, obviously it was in London at the weekend. The Amateur report that came out Monday, I did have pre-recorded, thankfully, so that was all lined up in the works. In regards to content for the rest of the week, I will be streaming on Friday. Don't know whether I'll be doing a video on Friday, but we'll have to just wait and see. Pardon me, sorry. When it comes to next week, this weekend I am going to a wake for the grandmother-in-law, so I will be again away this weekend, which is well, it is what it is, I guess you could say. So whether there will be an amateur report on the Monday coming up, I can't say, because it all depends on what time I'm able to make in regards to recording and also my progress in regards to ranks. However, next week it will be my 30th, which would be potentially interesting. So I might see if I can do a stream in regards to that. I do like the idea of doing a bit of a birthday stream, and so I'll see what I can get scheduled. And if I can, what I'd like to do would be to do like a Q&A and let's play, I guess you could say, where almost like in between games I can just pull up some predetermined questions from you guys from like a community post and collect some intelligence, or they'll just answer some questions that are in between games. I'm still looking into that as yet, but do keep your eyes out for a community post as and when, I guess you could say. Now, I think that's everything. Obviously, there is a long list of videos that I do need to get round to, but this week's ranked is probably going to really hinder my schedule. But that potentially means that maybe there might be a bit more bumper content towards the end of this patch or in the following week, especially considering I do need to get in contact with the patrons and get the patrons pick, and I fingers crossed hope to get that recorded soon and posted on Patreon for you guys to chip in with your ideas or choice for a future video. So that's the channel. That seems to be absolutely everything covered. I hope you have enjoyed this once weekly. If you have, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber, well, yeah, feel free to subscribe. I mean to say thank you to all the subscribers. That's what I actually mean to say. Also like to say thank you to the patrons. As I've already said, this channel is completely non-monetized. There are no adverts, there's no sponsorships or anything like that. And at the moment, although I know I haven't exactly done anything with the money collected by Patreon, it will help. It will help in regards to new equipment and things like that in the future, and so your support on Patreon is very much appreciated. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, the link to Patreon is down in the description, along with the email address if you want to send in any of your own game captures. Until next time, I'm the Gareth Major, and back to the port.
Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping Major. Bumpity, 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 bump. Get out of the way there, you fellas, unless you want me to run you down.